Hello everyone, this is Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. I have a marketplace video to share for you today. Some journals from Robin. We have 4 journals that we're going to flip through and look today, and they're all listed in the marketplace section of my website. The marketplace is an online consignment shop where I promote and sell your journals. I have lots of information available for you. If you're interested, you can send me an email. My email address is in the description box below. If you could take a half a second and click the thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe if you have not, that would really help me out. So let's get to this flip through. I love the size of this one. It reminds me a little bit more of like a standard size traveler's notebook. It's narrower and I love that. Love the beautiful blue butterflies. We have a like a crochet type lace on the side. There is a tassel with some charms and ribbons. And let's get into it. So this is, oh, I shouldn't name it, but that's okay. It's like blue butterflies. So it is butterfly themed. Of course, I love butterflies. I was just talking about that in my last video about how butterflies are one of my favorite themes. I love all the coffee dyed effects and the stenciling. She got tags, places to write. This would be absolutely perfect for, oh, to me, it would be like a to-do list, a daily, perfect. I like the narrow long for to-do lists. I do not make a to-do list every day. Let me know in the comments below how you do your to-do list. Is that a daily thing? Do you plan a week in advance, or do you just wing it? I do a combination. Sometimes I wing it, sometimes I do a daily to-do list, sometimes I plan out a week. Last week I had planned out. This week, yeah, it's flying by the seat of my pants, as well as today I wrote out a daily to-do list, or what I wanted to get done today, knowing full well I won't get it all done, but it does give me something to work off of. But I love this size because a lot of times I don't write long things. It's just a couple of words and it gives me a lot of space and it looks really neat. And I think it's fun to do that. Look at that lace on the coffee dye. Isn't that pretty? I think it's fun to do it in a junk journal, much less boring than just a lined paper or shopping list pad or something like that. So that's what I would use this for. But of course, there's so many ways that you can use a junk journal this size. Those are beautiful papers. So this one's available. And moving the paper on my desk. Okay. And we have this one. Isn't that pretty with the black and gold? Very neat. It looks like it's a trifold. It opens up. Isn't that really unique? I could never get it that perfect. So you could decorate this cover with your favorite vintage image, or you could leave just the fabric. Looks like we have some butterflies here too. To me, this kind of makes me think of, oh, I would want to kind of do Roaring 20s, maybe mixed with butterflies or something like that. I could do my favorite, like flappers, or even steampunk would be cool. Oh, you could do a sewing theme if you wanted to narrow it down to a specific theme, or you just do all sorts of different themes. That works too. And the signatures, it's kind of like a flowish junk journal, meaning you can remove the pages. They're in there really well. So I probably wouldn't remove the pages personally because it is in there really well. They're not loose, but it also makes a great little clutch for keeping papers that you can have on hand to use in your paper crafting. So what I mean by that is you could pull out, like if you wanted a couple pages of coffee dyed paper, you could pull these out, use them in something, and slip in other scraps of paper that you might have. A lot of times, if you're like me, you have extra pages when you're printing out kits or doing projects, and you could slip them in that way if you wanted to. And I like how she has it tied this way, vertically, but of course you could move the lace and tie it the traditional way, this way. This is the third journal. This is Bright and Cheery. It has all of these inspirational type things, discover possibility, magical, things like that. And of course, you could add your favorite image. I'm thinking storybook characters. So like those vintage children's books, like vintage farm animals, kitties, flowers with little girls. That's just where my mind went. But I'm sure you guys have a million ideas. You could decorate this up if you wanted to, or it would be absolutely amazing. It's actually a ring bound journal. It would be amazing to put a photo of a family member or something like that. We have a decoupaged, I think this is a napkin decoupaged over the spine. And let's see, I think it's just on clips here. And this is all decoupaged. That's really neat. I like that effect. And then she's reinforced the holes, so this makes it nice and sturdy, which is amazing. With the ring bound journals, I always like that you have the option of taking pages out and removing them. So just like with the Flowish journal we showed, you could take these pages out. Like here's a whole bunch of coffee dyed like tracing type paper. You could take these out, use them in your projects, and then punch holes and clip in other pages. Kind of like a resource binder that you could keep on the shelf or on your desk right near where you work. Grab from it, pull what you want, and then store other things. Or you can use it more like a traditional junk journal and just work through the pages, take notes, and things like that. It's great if you have bigger pieces of ephemera or things like that that you could hole punch and stick in exactly where you wanted it, or do a combination of both. Remove the pages that you want to use in something else, and then add the pages you want, and then use it as a regular junk journal. So your options are absolutely endless with this one. Super fun. And then the last one, this is just a short video today. I know I usually do way more than 4 journals, but there were 4 journals in this box, and I'm running out of time today. I shipped a lot of orders. I have a lot going on, and so I just thought it would be better to do 4 journals than none at all. This is a soft cover, chunky, squishy, flexible journal covered with fabric. I love this label. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? And then you could write a year or a name or a favorite word. 2 signatures sewn in. This is just, I love the feel of it. This is something I would enjoy playing in. So it looks like she's given a lot of thought to, to this and the layout, because these pages are fun. You have a lot of these. Don't usually get to work with this many coffee dyed pieces of tracing paper in a journal, and I think that's really neat. Because I think there's a lot you could probably do with that you wouldn't be able to do normally, because you don't normally get a lot. But there's just a lot of blank pages as well. And then there's a few that are decorated. There's some pockets too. So many things you could do with this. Maybe even a little bit of mixed media, just because of all the different types of paper. You could play in it and just see how different types of paints or sprays or inks work. I've been trying to try different ink pads and different brands and all of that. So if any of you have any brands of ink pads that have been sitting around that you're not using, maybe either you weren't a fan of them or you have more than you're going to use, if you want to email me or message me, I'd be up for a barter or something like that. Maybe a Happy Mail swap, something like that. And maybe try out some used ink pads that you have sitting around. Really wanting to try like Gina K, Catherine Pooler, Hero Arts, most of them. I have most of the Tim Holtz Distress, and I've ordered a couple used close to my heart. I have a few other ink pads, but mostly the main ink pads I have are either the really cheap ones from like Hobby Lobby or something like that, or I have the Tim Holtz. So I'm really wanting to try. I want to try Pink Fresh Studios and Mama Elephant. There's a bunch I want to try. So if anyone has any laying around that you want to barter with, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. All right, so those are the journals that we have today. Next video will be a mini tutorial that's going to be a lot of fun and springtime themed. It is a fabric ribbon snippet strip. I think you guys will enjoy that. And if you want to craft along with me, may I suggest you look in the description box of my video below and find the section that says Digital Collage Club. And there are coupon codes there. I highly suggest the lifetime membership because with my coupon code, it winds up being really cheap. Now, this is not my website. This is Tina's website, and every week she adds collage sheets. They're royalty free, meaning you can use them in your projects, no worries. And she has hundreds, several hundred, and every week she adds more. But I've chosen a couple of her collage sheets. You can also choose a yearly membership if you don't want to do the lifetime. It's a little bit cheaper, but you only get it for a year. And I've used so many of her things throughout the last couple years. And yeah, so go ahead and get one of those subscriptions, and then you'll be all ready to go when I show you which ones I'm using, and you can craft right along with me. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all later.